Hello, my name is Gwen Cote and I am the Pastoral Associate at Sacred Heart Parish in Punta Gorda, Florida. Happy Holy Week. Somehow those words happy and Holy Week don't go together. But I think during this week, we would all do well to remember that we are celebrating the life of one man. And it was never said better than it was said by James Allan Francis in his poem, One Solitary Life. I'd like to read that to you now, that we might all remember that in the midst of the news and the social distancing and all that we're being asked to do and the frustration and the fear, that in the midst of that, we celebrate one solitary life. He was born in an obscure village, the child of a peasant. He grew up in another village where he worked in a carpenter shop for 30 years. Then, for 3 years, he was an itinerant preacher. He never wrote a book. He never held an office. He never had a family, and he never owned a home. He didn't go to college. He never lived near a big city. In fact, he never traveled 200 miles from the place where he was born. He did none of the things that usually accompany greatness. He had no credentials, but himself. He was only 33 when the tide of public opinion turned against him. His friends ran away. One of them denied him. He was turned over to his enemies, and he went through the mockery of a trial. He was nailed to a cross between two thieves. While he was dying, his executioners gambled for his garments, the only property he had on earth. When he was dead, he was laid in a borrowed grave through the pity of a friend. 20 centuries have come and gone, and today he is the central figure of the human race. I am well within my mark when I say that all the enemies that ever marched, and all the navies that ever sailed, all the parliaments that ever sat, and all the kings that ever reigned, put together, have not affected the life of man on this earth as much as that one solitary life. May God bless us all during this Holy Week, and in the midst of the news and the fear and all that is happening in our world, let us not forget that this is about Jesus, one solitary life.